New game. I was gonna play. Who was I gonna play? This Vanguard. Vanguard Live. Yeah. Twitch partner, who I still need to follow. Newer player. I think he said he's only been playing for 3 months. I'm gonna show no mercy, but I'll try and be instructive, and we'll see how to perhaps punish the play of a very new player. Seems like he understands basics. Not playing a Stafford Gambit, that's a good start. I'll play a Ponziani. I'll play a Ponziani. I think this opening it's direct, and it can lead to a nice position, like nice center. We'll see what black does. Oh, d5 is the best move. I think he was watching earlier. He was watching earlier and probably heard that I said this. So d5, the idea is for black is if I take and queen takes, the queen is very strong here because I don't have knight c3. However, I'm prepared for this. There's queen a4. Yeah, a delayed stream snipe. Be careful what I say in the past. So now I assume my opponent should be on their own. And the idea with queen a4 is I'm pinning the knight. There's a lot of pressure in the center. I had this position once in a tournament game against Sam Sevian. He beat me in like 20 moves. It was a very short game. One of my quickest ever tournament losses. So this is the first mistake, bishop e6. Normally, like this would be a good developing move, control the center, develop your bishop, but it didn't acknowledge the fact that the queen was pinning the knight, which left the pawn undefended. So going back to this position, it wasn't so simple to actually defend the pawn because bishop d6 allows this. So the best move is either f6 or queen d6, which are not the easiest moves to find. So no mercy. I won a pawn and now attacking the knight twice. The knight is still pinned. So we trade. We kind of traded pawns. I actually have to think. There's a couple options here. I could take and win the pawn. More attractive is probably either this or this. I really like bishop b5. In general, you shouldn't capture a pinned piece if you can just keep building up pressure. I'm still keeping the option open of taking on c6, and also pawn is still hanging. And there's a few ways for black to go terribly wrong here, which I won't say because opponent might be watching. Knight e7. Knight e7 is probably one of the best moves. Yeah, I was gonna maybe mention queen d5 runs into this with a triple fork, almost a wooden shield. But knight e7 reinforces the knight. I could still take twice or even 3 times, but I think I'll take the pawn first because the knight's still pinned and attacked 3 times. And yeah, I'm up a pawn, so one back the pawn. And now it's a question what black does. For your opinion, does chess improve concentration? Maybe in some respect, yeah. Like it kind of does teach you how to stay focused for extended periods of time. Um, but in general, I would say like sleep, exercise, and diet and discipline are more helpful for like good concentration and focus, if that makes sense. But chess is just an activity where you have to practice concentration. So I guess in some respect it does teach you how to maybe find your zone. Queen d6. Okay, so defended. Like there were three attackers against the knight. Now there's three defenders. So if I take, I don't win anything. But the knight's still pinned, so don't have to take it. D4 is nice because I'm getting ready to develop another piece. Oh yeah, some debate of how to pronounce lichess. So the LI, it stands for Libre. It's not an acronym. It's just, yeah, Libre meaning free. So it's not Lichess, it's not LIchess, it's not lichess.com or lichess.com. And .org sometimes throws people off as well. A lot of ways to mess up the name. I think there is a YouTube video. Like if you Google, let's see if I can find it. How to pronounce. Yeah.
Lichess. Lichess. Lichess.
There we go. Okay. Hopefully people are now informed. So queenside castling, that's a good move. Because it broke the pin, gets a king slightly away from danger. I'm going to play bishop f4. I could take and simplify, but I enjoy adding more pressure. I'm just trying to create situations where it's easier for black to blunder. So with the bishop aligned with a queen, I'm threatening so many nasty things. Threatening this, or this, or this. All of which would discover the attack and then eventually win the rook. Ooh.
Thanks for the previous game,
Opponent
Eric.
counterattacks.
Not sure why I chose to go into the staff
Ah.
and throw in the headlights.
It happens. Thanks for the bits, fallers, and thanks for the game. Yeah, it was actually, I think it was a good kind of lesson. It's not bad to go for the Stafford. Like objectively, it's close to winning for white. Just next time, go for it and understand the line a little bit deeper. You'll have better chances. So this is interesting because I could counter the queen, like counterattack the queen.
How I will pronounce lichess.
Oh, lichess. Yeah, I'm gonna keep all the tension because if I move the knight anywhere, I lose my queen, and then we're probably just trading. So far, I honestly thought my opponent was going to be much worse because they said that they've only been playing for 3 months. Okay, now. Yeah, I think this is actually the first like really big blunder. The question is, do I want to go for like which rook do I want to go for, or do I go for the knight? Oh, it's actually not so simple though. Wait a minute, because my bishop's not defended anymore. I probably should have played queen f3. I also have this move. But I can just, okay. I can take here, queen takes f4, and then queen takes... That's almost mating, actually. Queen takes e6, and then the rook has to block, and then I take on e7, takes, and then every move comes with check. I just have to be careful in the end. Like if I take here, there's queen c1, so I probably just castle, and it's okay. So, yeah, I'm attacking the queen. Though it looks like three of my minor pieces are hanging. But okay, this is hanging, this is hanging. So basically everything is hanging. It's 2:12 a.m. for me. This is probably my last game, maybe? Oh, Stockfish just joined. What's up, Stockfish? Joining late. It's been a long stream. Been a fun stream, though. Had a nice variety between this bullet tournament, discovering this new crazy opening. Man, I also have to post... I'm trying to keep up the flow with YouTube. I'm gonna have to edit, upload, tag, make a thumbnail. So I don't have anything in the queue. This looks fun. The Botez Gambit, but not necessary. Let's take the knight. And then I'll take with the bishop. Yeah, so this is a position I was referring to earlier, where queen c1 is kind of a threat. I might play knight. Not sure between knight d2 or castling. But I'm up a rook and a knight, so life is good. I think I'll play knight d2. Just get the knight involved, and then have the option between which way to castle. Oh, thank you, Zeus Gaming. Oh, GMD Illusion has more obscure openings that I might be interested in. Yeah, I'm interested, especially after seeing that first one. I'm actually curious because you initially asked about the Lucchini, but were you aware of this like very deep line where black sacks everything, or were you just aware of like the first few moves? Yeah, it's fun to explore sometimes these uncharted waters, where of course like these openings are dubious at high levels, but it makes it a bit more rare, especially in practical play. Like even like when Var Kobian raided, I asked him if he was familiar with it, and he admitted he'd never seen it before. And he's like a top 150 in the world. I was talking about the Lucchini from earlier. I'll have to show that again. I made a study about it. It's my most recent study. Hey, it's Corbla. What's up, Corbla? Almost didn't see you there. Shout out to Corbla. Hope you're doing well. Can I play Home by Philip Phillips? I feel like that's copyrighted, even though it's a very strong opening. I'm gonna hold off.
Thumbnail idea could be GMD Illusion opening up a trench coat and showing trappy openings. For sale in his jacket. You would be saying, yeah, I'm interested.
Interesting. Yeah, the possibilities for thumbnail ideas are endless. Have to have some fun with Photoshop. That probably won't be the next video, but it'll be released shortly, within like a week. Well, what game did I find the most instructive that I've played myself? That's an interesting question. Haven't been asked that specific one before. There's a game actually. It was my first. So my freshman year of high school, I played Robert Hess in this national high school championships, and he beat me. But it was a very instructive game. Like there was a moment in that game I was much better, but I just didn't understand like a key concept. It was a concept of like prophylaxis, but like more positional prophylaxis. I think that game and that moment really helped broaden my understanding of more middle game strategy. I'll have to dig that up. There's some photo. I can show a photo probably. Let's see if I can find a photo. So just to comment on this position, because this is something you'll see a lot in PogChamps, where like one side has like a huge material advantage and they're going into an endgame. And the general strategy is just to keep everything defended, to be patient, to simplify down, eventually promote, and then not stalemate. So it sounds easy, which it should be, but sometimes for newer players it's not super intuitive. It takes some long-term thinking. But now, okay, the strategy is just to promote.
Opinion on 960 and 960 events.
That's a lot of events. That's more than 950 events. I assume you're asking about the St. Louis, which they're calling 9... What are they calling it? They're using Roman numerals, like 9LX. 9LX, yeah. So 9L is 50, 10 is 10, or X is 10. So yeah, I think it's great for chess. Like they're experimenting with new formats. I mean, St. Louis Chess Club has been very innovative with having sometimes more obscure events and just trying different types of formats. So it should be fun, and they're getting like the best players possible, like Kasparov, Magnus, Hikaru. Why don't you coach any of the participants? There's only like a limited number of official coaches. Like I think the first edition of PogChamps, really the only official coaches were, I think, Botez, Hikaru, and Danya. But that's not to say, and especially with this edition, that it's a lot more flexible and also kind of up to the players. I had a streamed lesson, it was already about a month ago, with David Pacman, who I used to work with maybe close to 18 months ago. So I actually am like, I have coached David, so he's like the main one I'm rooting for. But I'm also rooting for Hafu, because she sent so many raids and she's been working probably the hardest out of everyone.
If you were a pawn, what pawn would you be?
Oh.
A pawn, B pawn, etc.
I mean, probably the E pawn, right? E for Eric. So I'll just have to live with the D pawn for now. Change my name to Derek. But yeah, I think the rules are pretty lax. Like Hafu, I think Hafu has been working with a bunch of different GMs and Hans. She was working with Fidel the other day. I did coach David Packman on Lee Chess, but I think a lot of them they're playing games on chess.com, and then like we just use Lee Chess to analyze. Okay, good game. Yeah, especially for a newer player. I mean, there were just a few mistakes resulting from like being pressured early on in the opening. Like d5 was the best move. Yeah, here it just requires like a slightly unnatural move. As black, you have to really sense the danger, like really realize white's last move, realize the knight's pinned, and that it's no longer actually defending the pawn. And that might drive you to playing a move like this or this, but then you have to realize either bishop move would then block the queen from defending the d pawn. So really the only two moves that successfully defend the center are this or this. f6 is actually the best move, which is not so natural, usually not good to weaken yourself, but it's justified here. Bishop d7 is playable, where you align with the queen, you lose a pawn, but then you have this move. This is sort of like a gambit. If we go further, though, yeah, it was really... So the bigger mistake was... Yeah, 5 is still playable. It was leaving the queen aligned with the bishop. This is another like common type of tactic. I actually don't know if there's a great way. I guess black should play queen d5 here. The queen's still perhaps a target. Yeah, this is already scary because I have bishop c4. So maybe it was better not to play f5, but to play queen d5 here, and then just offer the queen trade, and if I move my queen, then you can win the pawn. But I know it's tough when like I really show no mercy. But overall, like I was definitely impressed for especially playing against a player who's only been playing for 3 months.